You're listening to the RMTV podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RMTV podcast for episode 48. Jordy, mate, how are you?
Yeah, right, mate. Bit tired. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting the voice back. It was a big week, a huge birthday week, obviously. Turned the old 2-4 on the Monday. And then Wednesday,
What a
great.
night.
People are calling it the greatest Blues victory of all time, mate.
It was.
Well, it was the greatest
the
comeback
greatest.
ever in
It was the
Origin
greatest.
history. And then, flew down for the rugby league, mate, on the weekend.
That was a bit shitter.
In the Victorian Leg Tennis capital of the world.
Aerial ping pong, vice versa.
I had a feeling we were going to get the L. Something was telling me, and we got it.
I hate that you were right on that.
It's just, I 6 players out of the Chook squad were in for Origin. It's, as Robbo said, he was quite fired up.
That's probably the most, emotion and anger I've seen out of him in a press conference, which is a good sign in terms of it. I think there's a lot of people that complain about, Robbo doesn't change, he's not making changes. Well, I think if that's anything to go by, there's going to be some ass-kicking handed out, and go down to Canberra this week and see if it works.
This is a big test, Canberra. They had a great win against the Cows on Sunday. So, see where we're at. And there's obviously a lot of commentary coming off the back of it. You know, Brent Reid asking, are they actually premiership threats? And you got to ask yourselves, are we? But let's see how things go after Origin.
It's round 13. There's another 14 rounds to go.
Yeah, mate.
We're halfway.
I know. It's
Jeez.
flying, isn't it? Look, we'll go in order. Right?
Let's do it.
Wednesday night, you and I at Accor Stadium.
Oh, so brilliant.
First, lost my Origin virginity, mate. And
Well done.
couldn't have scripted a better game. I wasn't saying that in the first half. I had a lot of feelings in my head in the first half of, what are we doing? Why do we have Laurie Daly? What's with these errors? And you were probably thinking the same, right?
Yeah.
And then the second half, it all changed due to a call made by Ashley Klein.
Thanks, Ponga, for being a dumbass.
Well, yes. So Blues 22, Queensland 20. So going into the break, Queensland were up 20-6.
Yeah.
And my thoughts were, I saw the tide changing a bit, right? When our friend in our supporter bay, Luke, said, Queensland are going to win this. Something that I'm paraphrasing here, right? And as soon as he said that, I think Jojo Fafita, he took a hit up. Anyway, so Tony Staggs tackled him out.
Yeah.
And from there, it was the turning point.
Yeah.
And I saw a bit of I saw the swing. I saw a bit of change, and that's when Laurie Daly brought on Victor, the inflictor.
Oh, mate, when Victor and Cam Murray came on in that first half, the game just changed. If that's not proof that Yo needs to be a running prop and Murray needs to start at lock and Victor can just do whatever the fuck Victor likes to do, because it was probably one of his best games in a long time as a whole. But Murray at 13... Yo at 8 or 10, and Victor just come off the bench with that impact. Well, I reckon Harry Grant's still feeling that shot that Victor put on him.
Yeah, Radley saw him and just went, bang, gone. But, I think that's the rotation everyone was talking about then. Cam Murray, Radley, and look, everyone thought he may have got sent off.
I was one.
You were one.
I was definitely one.
And it wasn't. It was a Queenslander who got sent off. So Ponga. Right, the Blues, I felt like we were really on their line, and credit to Queensland, the defense was holding up.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know what, even if it was 13-13, I'm like, if they can just get one in soon to get it to 20-12, we could have had a sniff, right?
Yeah. We could have had a sniff.
Their morale could have dropped a little bit.
I still think, I don't think we win if Ponga stays on. But I think it is still like a 20-18 game. So I don't think we win. I think we just get up.
I agree. I reckon we would have lost by 2.
Queensland it would have been a lot closer. So I will give that. But to anyone who says it wasn't a send-off, no, I'm sorry. It was blatant. It was blatant. And to anyone who wants to say, oh, but he didn't even get suspended, he got fined, you should be all thanking Joseph Suaalii for that, because the reason he didn't get suspended is because of what Sue done to Reece Walsh, when Reece Walsh literally slipped and lost half his height. So,
letter of the law, that's the way it was, right?
Yeah. Yes, head was the first contact, head on head, but I've watched that tackle about 30 million times since. And
it wasn't pretty.
The intention there was always to lead with the shoulder.
Yeah.
Ponga just kind of luckily got it wrong to make it a head clash, but he was always leading with the shoulder. Like, he was all he was trying to do. And you know what? If Ponga went over, wrapped him up, just wrapped him normally, or let him go, Walker had already knocked the ball free. It was going to be a knock on.
And it's rugby league, mate. Split second things, right? I was watching it again, and you could just see when Sam Walker went to tackle him and dragged him down, as soon as he dragged him out, that's when Ponga hit him. So if he didn't drag him down, he probably would have had a nice clean shot on the chest, right?
Exactly.
But I guess maybe he can try and do that in game 2.
Yep.
But yeah, I think he went off 23 minutes-ish to play, and I think we knew in the stands, I'm like...
There was a lot of confidence.
There was a lot of confidence brewing. Cleary, 40-20.
Oh, but that was just such an effortless 40-20, and like
it just skidded.
I'm one of the ones that is very much. I don't think Cleary's ever owned Origin, but when New South Wales needed him to, I will give him only a little bit of credit. He stood up
just a little bit,
and just only a little bit, not much, because I still think he hasn't owned a full game yet. But yeah, he still stood up and went, all right, bang, let's do this. I don't think he was man of the match though. I'm gonna say the man of the match, and I'm not even gonna say Teddy. Should have been Ethan Strange. He was huge.
I think Ethan Strange on debut for his state. There's been a lot of talk that he's made for Origin, and boy, it was the 1%ers when he scored that try off the back of Stephen Crichton.
Yep.
He fell over. He could have just laid there, but he got back up. He kept running. Right, took the ball from Crichton and scored.
Yep.
And if he didn't do that, they probably lose, right?
100%.
And he scored the other one, obviously the obstruction with Volakawatu running in line. But, no, he was great, dude. Thought he had a bit of spark to the team while Cleary ran the ship. And a lot of people are saying, beware for game 2, blah, blah, blah. I know it's a few weeks away, but I think this spooks Queensland a bit. I think Blue's actually in the front seat here to go, all right, we can just tinker a little bit. We can put Murray here. Cleary might get a bit of confidence off that to be like, you know what, I want to own a full game now. Because, dude, I think I saw in that second half, I saw bits of 23 grand final.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. And in that wet weather as well.
And that's probably the most impressive thing. We probably played our best in the wet, which is scary.
Some people always play a bit better when they're wet. So
look, what we do off the field is a different story.
But speaking on field, and just so many considering how slippery the ball would have been, even the last try.
Oh,
Teddy.
mate, that could be one of the greatest tries in Origin. Like, to be fair, it's no slouch. He's going up over the hammer, so he beat the hammer to the ball, and then just falls, like juggles, falls and scores. Selwyn Cobbo came through swiping to try and knock that ball. If Cobbo even gets a fingernail on that, it's a no try, we lose.
I've watched it so many times where
it needs the Titanic music.
Yeah. Maybe I might have to look at that one.
Might have to play around with it.
We did drop a cheeky little rule, and we were singing in the rain as well, so it was a great night. But what he did, I looked at you, we were just like, what the fuck?
We were in shock. We couldn't believe it. And, obviously because he scored in front of Blatchy's Blues, they've all gone up. But we're I'm looking for the screen. I want to see the replay.
If he scored down our end, we would have had the best view.
Oh, mate, the drinks were in the air. Everything would have been great.
But credit to Teddy. I thought, he would have been a bit spooked when Lindsay Collins took one off him a few years back, but
he's made up for it.
It just looked so orchestrated from Hudson Young. He slowed down a little bit. Shoot to Cleary. Teddy gone. Took off, and game 1 was theirs. So,
but I will say, if you're a Queensland fan, I don't think you can be angry or upset. I think your team dominated for 60% of the game.
Sam Walker had a good game.
Sam Walker was incredible. Bobby Toyer was incredible. Hammer was good. Munster was reasonably good. There's a lot to like if you're a Queensland fan. But as we know, the stats don't lie. Melbourne is not friendly to the Queenslanders, so Do they lose down there?
Well, historically, yes, but time will tell, mate.
Guess we'll find out soon
Bill,
enough.
Billy's got a lot on his plate. He could actually. Well, to be fair, they probably keep the same squad.
I don't see there being any changes in the Queensland squad, which is really funny because normally we talk about whoever loses need changes. I think there will be changes in the New South Wales team. So, for example, Saifidi didn't even play. Let's be fair, he's going to get dropped. That's the easiest 30 grand he's ever made in his life. Payne Haas, based on coming back yesterday for the Bronx, he probably slides in.
He slides in.
Adam Fanua-Blake probably needs to up his game a bit. Mitch Barnett, I thought, was reasonably good in defence. So.
And then the women's, mate. 3-0.
Queensland are 4-0 in Origin this year. Queensland just do not get Origin.
They don't get it, mate.
They don't get it.
I think that Blues squad, under John Strange, another Strangey, he's got those girls right there where they want to be. I just think they're on another level. I think Queensland, I've written down the scores here. So 12-4, right?
Yep.
Close game. Game 2, 11-6. Oh, no, sorry. Game 1, 11-6. Game 2, 14-10. All games 1-12. That just shows where the women's game's at. I think tighter encounters. Yeah. And it's only getting better by the year.
I can't wait until they play Origin mid-year for the women. I can't wait till the comp gets to the point where they can do that because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people who probably weren't happy with a lot of the errors and that, but you know what, these girls, these are the first 3 games they've played this year and they put on a decent show in every single game and respectable levels of football that, most people sitting at home in their armchair would be able to meet.
If you love your rugby league,
you loved it.
You'd give it I reckon you'd give it a tick of approval.
Mate, it's better than some of the NRL games we see. Like let's be fair. It's better than some of the NRL games we see. But yeah, those girls, mate, look, that team is pretty much solid. It's pretty much been the same team for the last 2 years, 3 years even. And I don't see there being many changes next year, but first time ever, it's history in Origin. The men had the biggest comeback. The women are the first team to ever win 3-0.
Is that
It's a sign of things to come.
I was just about to ask that.
I knew. I'm reading your mind, mate.
It'd be nice, get down to Melbourne, get it 2-0, and then just cause absolute havoc at Suncorp. But, straight up to Millie Boyle, mate. Had a kid as well. Played 3 games. Tough as they come.
Was copping crap on social media because after game 3, she's on the field feeding a baby. It's like, what are you giving her crap for that, mate? That's actually a really incredible thing to be able to do.
And, next year I think it'll be good mid-season. You could probably play it out. If you don't have the women's before the men's to dilute it, maybe have, the women's games on a Sunday, maybe.
Well, even obviously
in the same week, so you've really built it up.
Well, do it like they done it. They done it for game 3. So game 1 was for the men's was Wednesday. Game 3 for the women's was Thursday. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. What we had this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Because at least you can still get people on seats on bums to watch it. Obviously, having game 3 in the Gold Coast probably hurt because the
crowd wasn't
the salty Queensland fans didn't want to come watch the game. Because they'd already lost, so, typical Queensland, salty.
No, I do like that, yeah. Wednesday into Thursday, break it up.
And then Friday into the NRL.
Yeah.
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by FDS Eyewear. FDS Eyewear is your one-stop shop for quality, affordable eyewear. With the latest lens technology and weekly eye testing services, FDS Eyewear provides competitive rates over the larger optical retailers. Visit their store at Wentworthville Plaza, just a short drive from Parramatta.
All right, mate, well, let's get into the NRL. Cronulla 28, Manly 22 to kick things off on Friday. And when I was flying down to Melbourne, so I missed most of this game, but I was flying down and I had the windows and I'm looking out and I'm going, is that the famous Portaloo Park? And it was. It was
a good photo you took as well.
Yeah, got a little photo of Portaloo and Cronulla just held on, but Manly, they had a bit of a late charge.
They had a bit of a late charge, but look, it was Cronulla's game, I think. Further proof, I've said this for a while, and I know I've said it to you and I've said it on here, Trindle is the best half in that team. And I tell you what, again, he proved it. No Nico, Trindle handled it well. So I think there might be some changes coming. Nico's $1 million man at Cronulla, but is he really giving them the output that they need? Yes, his goal kicking's good. But, mate, I think based on that, Nico at 6, Trindle at 7 has to happen.
Yeah. And, well, that's now 2 losses under Fosball, but needless to say,
Maybe one more and they sack him.
maybe
Hey,
three game strike and
three strikes and you're out in Manly.
But I tend to agree. I think if Fitzy can maybe, slightly change up the squad a bit, that might be what it takes to take him to the next step. We're talking prelims, maybe even GFs, but I think Manly. I think we said last week they're a bit due for a loss.
Yeah.
But they're going to roll on into a big blockbuster this week, South Sydney. So
be an interesting one, that's for sure.
And then Newcastle 28, Parramatta 22. I thought Para. It was a back and forward game for a while. I think they just let themselves down in that second half.
I'll be honest, I think Para blew it. I genuinely think, there was a couple of times, especially before half time, that forward pass from Volkman. Like, Para could have won that game easily. They were their own worst enemy. I think Newcastle were good in stages. Obviously, at times they were just a bit, and they probably just missed that last little bit of energy they needed to make a tackle or whatever. But
so they're probably lucky to get away with a win.
Well, I think they are. Like, Para probably bombed 3 or 4 tries. They score one of those and convert them. It's a golden point game.
Yeah, and you got. Did you see Troy's story, mate?
I did. I kind of feel sorry for him because I've gotten those emails like after.
So
Anzac
what was
Day.
it?
So Troy from Para Cave podcast, good friend, you're a good friend of the show. Lovely man, but obviously trekked up to Newcastle to watch his beloved Knights, and Parramatta loses. And then he gets an email from Ticketmaster asking him about his experience at the venue. Now, Ticketmaster,
First of all, I'm a big Ticketek guy, that's all.
Big Ticketek guy, yeah. Ticketek over Ticketmaster. Although Ticketmaster in Newcastle just seems to be run better than every other stadium. But anyway, Ticketek is definitely number one. But when you send out how was it? And Troy was 100% spot. This is Troy's idea. I am stealing it, and I think it's great. Ask what team that they support when they're buying the tickets. Reason being, you don't ask a Para fan how their game was when they blew their game and lost. Because you're probably not going to get a good response out of that.
Those bloody Novocastrians.
Maybe they're just trying to rub it in a bit.
Yeah, I guess so. I find that a bit odd sometimes. I'm like, it's like a lazy Saturday morning, and I get a text from St. George. 20% off tickets for Wynn Stadium. Get on down. Fear the Raw of the Saints. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, fear the Raw, sure.
Unsubscribe. But yeah, that's a bit of a funny one.
I think my comments after Anzac Day this year were, I said, can you install a new defensive line for the Dragons?
Oh, it takes them back. I mean, we'll get into the Dragons shortly, but they've finally done it. But before that, the Tigers 22, Dogs 16. Didn't catch much of this game, but I heard there were a few upset Doggies fans.
Well, look, I'm gonna ruin the hearts and souls of these Doggies fans that think they were robbed. Now, look, Josh Curran charged down. Look, he did make contact with the kicker's foot, but it was soft contact anyway, ran and scored, right? That got given a no try because of contact on the leg, all right? Personal opinion is that should have been a try. I get there was contact on the leg. It was very minimal.
So the Joey John special is, mate, we're slowing the game down too much.
They just there was obvious contact, but it was soft contact, right? I think that should be a charge down. However, to all the Doggies fans that think you were robbed, go have a watch of fucking Lockie Galvin, your Wonder Boys try. When Taruva's hand is there, and you can see separation between Galvin's hand and the ball when Taruva pulls it, and then Taruva has his hand underneath it. Sorry, that got given a try. So if you think you were robbed by Curran's no try, hand back the try from Galvin, the result ends up the same. The only thing I will say is obviously the set that they got the penalty of Curran, Tigers went down and scored, but I thought it was a good bit of gritty football from the Tigers. It was a reasonable game. I caught a bit of it. It was a decent game, but mainly because I didn't want to watch our reserve grade team get flogged 60-6.
Yeah, I was actually looking forward to watching it, and I was just in a pub in Richmond in Melbourne. They had the NRL on. They had the Parramatta Knights game, and then a contingent of a Bucks party came in and they put the AFL on real quick. But so I did see post match Serraldo, very animated, very looking to send an email to the NRL, looking for some answers.
So really, his name's now Karen Serraldo. Like, because again, my point is, if you want to send an email about that Josh Curran one, I get that. I said I agree. I think it should be a try. You've got to then go, well, we shouldn't have been given the Galvin try. So, it doesn't always, but I'm going to say those balance out. You got given a try that shouldn't have been given, and you got one taken off you that should have been. So, again, it's a 6 again. He's complaining about 6 agains and stuff like that, and no one knows what the fuck's going on with it, not even the refs.
Sometimes I'm thinking what the fuck's going on.
Hey, we'll talk about this more during the Warriors and Cowboys. Sorry, not Warriors and Cowboys. Cowboys and Canberra game. Yeah, well, there was a couple interesting ones out of there.
I mean, even at full time, Benji Marshall acknowledged that. He's like, probably got a few calls, but
yeah,
at least he acknowledged it.
Yeah, he's good like that.
And then the main event of the round, mate.
Sure.
Melbourne 18, Chookies 4.
Yeah.
So how was your Saturday leading up to this, mate?
Well, you know what? I had a really good Saturday. I, got up, stayed at my aunt and uncle's. Me and the wife had gone down to visit them. Had a nice Saturday breakfast. Relaxed, chilled.
You weren't thinking much footy yet.
No. Went out. We went out. Oh, me and the missus went to the shop, so we had a nice brekkie out. Got back to my aunt and uncle's. Had a bit of lunch. She just wanted to do some shopping. Went to Essendon DFO. Picked up a few things. Lovely day, and then sat down and watched a bit of the Knights game, Para game before, and then went in for the football, and that's where it all went wrong. How about yours?
Oh, mate. Lovely day, and they always say it rains in Melbourne, but I'll give them credit.
Good day.
Saturday, great day. Not a cloud in the sky. They saved the rain for the game, as they do. But, yeah, lovely, mate. Had a Lion bike, rode around the city with my mate Jaden. I think that we rode off the hangover.
Mm.
And then we thought, after our quick little ride, I think it's time, we'll go for a little lunch, little beer. And, the spirits were high. I thought, you know what, it's an ambush tonight. But deep down, I thought, fuck, I think we're going to lose tonight.
Yeah, it's a bit rough. Look, I'm still going to say our defense was good. That's all I'm taking out of it as a good sign.
Oh, yeah. And, right on into the game. Decent little crowd. I think just shy of 18,000 there. The Collingwood Western Bulldogs game was on as well that night, so that would have taken away a few sporting heads.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, on the field, I mean, look, half-time, 6-4. Billy Smith scores just before
right in front of us.
Right in front of us, mate. Right in front of us. And then there was the arrow kid in the crowd.
Yes.
The bow and arrow, and it caught Dan Ganane's eye. Yes. Old X-Man, hey? Did you catch that?
I did. Unfortunately, I didn't realise what he was doing because he was obviously behind me. But then when I found out, I had to giggle a little bit. It was an interesting celebration / moment. We're gonna say he was doing arrows out for Jai Arrow. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, no, that's lovely.
Surely that's what he was doing.
I think Dan Ganane, he gave him a few tips.
Yeah.
Broadcast. I think the arrow, it just wasn't
on the right angle. His hand wasn't in the right.
The reaction was so good.
It was. It's blown up for sure.
Yeah, no, that was pretty funny. And then, the second half was just a bit like. It was just very much so. Melbourne, defensively, they looked solid. They were back to their Melbourne ways of, why couldn't we verse them when they were during their...
While they were shit.
Yeah, pretty much. So they had a great game. Good to see, just as a league fan, Fa'alago. He's a beast, mate.
But how good was him getting run down by Cody Ramsey?
Yeah.
Respect, and I'm saying this out of all due respect to Cody Ramsey. I knew he was quick. I did not know he was that quick. He ran him down. He ran him down at about the 30.
And then from there, they just ran away with it, really. But it wasn't the most entertaining game, you'd say.
Yeah, but I'd still argue their attack wasn't that good. Yeah, they scored 3 tries, but one of them was obviously that long-range one from Fa'alago. Obviously, there was no one out there covering Warbrick. It was an easy kick from Hughes over to Warbrick.
Yeah.
But, we defended really well. It took 25 minutes before there was points scored.
I think that's what Robbo was pretty, pissed off about. You could see he was animated, but that game there should have been a win.
Maybe we should have won that 40-6 if we attacked the way we've attacked at points this year.
I thought maybe the second half we could have did a replay of last year, but look, nevertheless, they
got us.
They did get us. And I think Melbourne, look, they probably make a late charge for the finals, whether or not they just miss out. But even Bellamy, I think it was their final try, and one of the Melbourne players scored, and he was like giving it to him because he was saying like run in, because he just scored near the sideline, and he was like trying to tell him to run in. Then he got up off his chair and just fucking natted it. He does his walk.
He's done, and I mean, to be fair, there was a couple of times where they made an error, and obviously the camera went straight to him getting up, and we've just lost our shit cheering because it was hilarious.
Is it worrying signs for the Chooks, or do they put this one behind them real quick?
I'm going to say, I think if you looked at our Origin players, Teddy included, like Teddy had a reasonably good game, but I think like Walker looked tired, Bobby Toyer looked a bit tired, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I think, big games. Robson at times looked a bit tired. I thought Connor Watson probably should have been used a bit earlier.
Had his 30th birthday.
Had his 30th, Happy birthday, Connor. Mate, Victor still put in a massive effort, which was awesome to see. I don't know. I think there's maybe some tired legs, and we probably just didn't get up for it as well as we'd like. We were in the grind in the first 40, just not in the second 40.
Yeah, and Gussie, he's gone bold.
Yeah, he's gone for the bold dad look / bold dad power, so we'll see how that goes for him.
And then the next one, Broncos, 26. Oh, and the Saints, 30.
Look, to all the Dragons fans out there, I'm so happy for you. You finally got a win. To the Dragons, screw you assholes. You couldn't have waited 1 week.
For your prediction,
My prediction. I've been saying it all year. They do it against Cronulla.
It would have been pretty dire. They broke the streak after 295 days.
But see, doesn't 301 sound better?
Yeah, it sounds a bit dire, though. 300 plus days and you haven't won a game. You're almost looking at a year.
I know. But I'd kind of laugh at that. But yeah, look, it's good for their fans that they finally won. And
so 30-26. Their past 2 games were also 30-26. Like, if you're a bit of a punter, you got to look deep into these.
Do you do a 30-26 next week? Next time they play?
Oh, Saints just by 4 reach 30. Like, who's going to do that, right? Like, bless you, mate. And
thank you.
Credit to him. They just held on. I did catch this one, and I thought, my God.
That comeback.
Yeah, it's the Broncos. I feel like they've gone from, like, the comeback kings to the comeback Timu kings, right? Where they're just not. They're just. This year.
They just need another inch.
Exactly. This year's going to be about, you're just too short, right? I just think if there's another 5, they probably win. Like they had luck on their side last year, the Broncos, and I think they'll probably finish they'll miss the. I actually think they're going to miss the 8.
Yeah, I think they will. And to all the Queensland fans that were like, Reece Walsh should be at fullback, yesterday is proof of why not. Yeah, he had a couple of try assists, but also he made some pretty fucking dumb errors as well. So
he's got that in his game.
Yeah.
Right, he'll try and look for that, freakish moment, but then sometimes
it just doesn't come off.
Yeah. But no, credit to the Saints. I saw the celebratory song at full time, and they really got into it.
Oh yeah, you could tell there was some happiness there to finally get there.
And who knows, maybe they roll and get consecutive wins, but it's the derby next week.
I don't know now. Now that they've got the win, I don't know if they get up for Cronulla.
I think that's good though as a player. The jubilation, just like
the monkeys off the back.
Yeah, the weight off your shoulders, just to finally win.
You know the best thing? Who was their halfback?
It was Kyle.
Exactly. Yeah. So all the talk of get rid of Kyle, and they finally get a win with Kyle.
I mean, they're not going to talk about that, are they?
No, of course not.
And then the second last game of the round, Canberra 26, Cowboys 12. I went the Cows. I think you'd backed Canberra, mate.
I backed Canberra, and I'm kind of glad I did. But I wanna highlight an issue here with this, right? I was watching a couple of TikToks today. And I was just scrolling, on my lunch break and just having a look. And they actually had a breakdown of a couple of 6 agains in this game. Now, there was a 6 again where Canberra got tackled, and it was 1, 2, 3, 6 again. Then, a couple of plays later, the Cowboys got tackled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. let go on 6, no 6 again. Now, this is my issue with 6 again, right? 2 tackles, one's held on twice as long, and that one doesn't get 6 again, but the original one does.
If they want to be really like tedious about it, I'm thinking now like the ref, like there needs to be this technology, like I don't know, in the ball or on the player, that when that timer hits, when it's been too long, the ref gets zapped. So he's got a 6 again.
Give him a bit of shock.
And that's consistent, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like,
because who's counting? Is the ref just in his head? Because you'd lose track of
the ref has their calls. It's like, held, tackle, surrender, whatever it may be, up, release, whatever it may be, whatever their calls may be. We need to ask Liv Lawn what the actual process of is. But I actually went back and watched that game, and there was multiple tackles where Canberra laid on the Cowboys. I got to a count of 5, nothing. There was multiple where the Cowboys got to 2 or barely to 3 on my count of a 1, 2, 3, and they were getting pinged for 6 again. That, to me, highlights the inconsistency. I don't think it changes the result of the game. I think Canberra were really good, and, I think...
Yeah, their players backed up as well.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys just were a bit short. They, those injury tolls finally caught up with them. But it highlights the issue that a lot of every fan has with the 6 again. It is not consistent.
It's one that's pissing a lot of people off. I saw the old famous, we're still alive, the famous buzzer off-field. He was actually at the Swannies game. Put a little post on Twitter/X, and he goes, I think his caption read, "No set restarts" with a prayer emoji. So we may have lost Buzz Rothfield to Victorian Leg Tennis.
We might have lost him to the aerial ping pong.
Then to wrap things up, Combank at 6:15, Penrith 20, Warriors 18. Saw a bit of chatter this morning about how there was only 17k then. By the looks of it, 90% look like Warriors fans.
That's typical at Combank. Penrith don't get fans there apparently.
Yeah, well, not really.
They seem to struggle that half an hour drive.
It was good to see Fisher Harris get into his old team.
Oh, mate, you see him
in front
really
of
get
Leota.
into
Penrith, man, just McLean again. He's a great young kid.
He's a great young kid, but I'm going to say something controversial that will make Penrith fans want to stab me. Penrith should have lost that game.
Yeah.
The first try that Casey McLean scores, Isaiah Papali'i runs a decoy line straight into the shoulder of the defender trying to slide across, opens up a gap, McLean goes straight through it. That's the first try of the game.
So you said they're getting gifted.
What I'm saying is, it got called a fucking penalty in Origin with the Olakwatu one.
Yeah.
It was borderline identical, bit more space. It prevented defenders sliding across to defend. It was not a defensive decision. Papali'i ran straight at his shoulder, made contact. That is a no try. That is a penalty. And that is a big difference in that game. Also, DWZ got his hair pulled, I think, by Liam Martin. Hudson Young got fined $1,000 and penalised for it. Nothing this week. I'm just saying, Penrith need to thank their lucky stars, because I think the Wars actually won that. Should have won that game.
I just saw the first 20 of it when it was pretty low scoring, and I thought, come on the Wars, and because then I flew off, landed, and I saw they won by 2, and I thought, was it controversial? But maybe this is my theory, right? Let Penrith beat him now, and let him get done in the back end of the year. Let the Wars home final in New Zealand and they beat Penrith. Like that's good. That's good for the game, right?
No, but in like a prelim as well.
Yeah,
it knocks Penrith out 2 years in a row in the prelim.
Yeah. Well, was it Wars last year?
No, it was Broncos.
Bronx, yeah. But yeah, and that's what I don't like is just ref the game like it's Origin. Like, why are we?
Every
we
game
all know
should be ref the same.
Origin comes and it's just fairly well refed. Besides when Klein wants to just put his head on TV and say, you know what? No, I'm doing this.
I need to get more than my match payment.
And then I don't know though. I think it was a fight, right? Not really a fight, bit of a push and shovel at the back end. And Klein just got in. He's like, "Whoa, remember that part?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Whoa, stand back, stand back,
settle down, you bald-headed fuck."
I think he wanted to be a police officer.
Yeah, but you know what? He would have been such a shit copper. Because if he tried to, say, arrest me, I would just laugh at him. He would have been a shit
but
copper.
he'd taser you, mate. You reckon you could get through the taser?
Mate, he probably wouldn't be able to reach the taser. He's too fucking short. He's like, oh, fuck, where is it?
The RMTV podcast is brought to you by The Legal Problem Solver. The team brings over 25 years of experience in wills, probate, estates, conveyancing, property and commercial law. Connect with The Legal Problem Solver on LinkedIn, Facebook and Instagram.
Dribble of the week.
Dribble of the week.
Not too much to touch on. Not too much breaking news.
The Victorian RSA laws, that's breaking news to me.
Yeah, well, yes. Beers at Amy Park. You mentioned at the game, mate. You weren't too happy you could only get 2 drinks per serving.
Now, you're allowed to get 4 drinks at a time, unless you drink spirits. Now, that's discrimination, if you ask me. I am a heavily involved spirit drinker. I don't drink beer because I think it tastes like crap. No disrespect to anyone who does. I think it tastes like crap. So, when I go to get 4 hard rateds, they had the orange hard rateds. We know how well they go down. Benny's
so you've got the taste buds of a 12-year-old.
Mate,
that's fine.
I like having more alcohol content in my drinks than the bit pissy beers that you get. To find out I can only order 2 at a time. 10 at a time. I drank 10 for the game. What? 2 at a time. And that disappoints me because that's more steps I've got to take between them. Means I'm probably going to drink more because I can't just get 4, sit with my 4, go back and get 4. I reckon it made me drink more. My little tinny corner was because of the RSA laws. I
think if you go through Victoria's RSA laws, right, maybe like right at the back end of a few chapters, that's where it says 2 per serving because that complements the person going back and forward to the bar. So you sober up just a little bit, mate. Right?
Yeah, but the problem was I was buying 2, walking to my seat, putting the 2 down, walking back, getting another 2 and doing it that way.
Yeah, and so you could buy 4 beers.
I could buy 4 beers. I could buy 2 spirits and 2 beers, but I couldn't buy 4 spirits in one go.
Naughty, mate.
Disgraceful.
Too many spirits.
Disgraceful. I'm sorry that I can drink more than your RSA laws allow. I can go to Suncorp at Magic Round and get 4 Bundies at a time. I can go to Allianz and get 4 CCs at a time.
So you just think it's a bit...
I think the Victorians are weak. Someone at the AFL punched someone and they're trying to blame the spirits.
Yeah, and then you compare that to Suncorp and then you feel like there's a bit more rugby league to it.
Suncorp, Allianz, you know what it is? Is un-rugby league to not let me get 4 drinks at a time.
Well, maybe Amy Park needs her own.
Amy Park needs to sort their shit out.
It's a decent ground.
It's not too bad. It's definitely not one of the worst grounds apart from that.
No, and
the Greek was nice. Yeah. The Zoo Street.
Yeah, I saw that there. I think they had one at a court.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of a court, at a court you can now get full strength beer at Western Sydney stadiums. So shout out to that because we went up. I think we went up once at a court.
We had a couple of drinks, but we could get 4 in a go.
4 in a go, and that's another thing that irks me a bit. Like it's so expensive.
Yeah,
but I think now people are just accustomed to thinking, all right, we know what it is. It's either have a few pre-games and enjoy the game, get a feed, or you get your loan out for your desired stadium of choice.
Definitely went through some money at Amy, didn't we?
And then the other one, celebrations, right? So we touched on Xavier with the arrow. What's some celebrations in the past that have really caught your eye? And the Broncos one's a good one.
Fan.
I think what resonates with me like before the kick is the Dewey one when he's put it on the tee.
Compensate. That one.
Is that when you've got it left?
Yeah.
You're kicking it left. I'm telling you.
Compensate. That's a good one.
And he got it. He had a little smile.
But also the ball fell off and he had to replace it as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you remember the one that happened to Cronk?
The Cronk one was good. I think that was against the Dragons.
Yes. Pretended Smith's head.
And I think that would have been Cronk's one of many few times kicking anyway.
Yeah, he didn't kick a lot, that's for sure.
But yeah, I don't think what's a standout? Something that the fans do.
I mean, Cronulla do their little hibbly-jibbly finger magic for Hines. Maybe that's because he wants their fingers running through there.
And then the Chooks, I think sometimes we just get the drum going, really put them off their game.
Yeah, it works a few times.
It's always good when they're kicking right in front.
Yeah, there's always a barrage of abuse and drum beats going.
All right, mate. Round 14. kick it off. Manly kicking off another round. $1.57. South's $2.40 at Brookie. What are we thinking?
I think Manly. I just don't know if Souths have enough at the moment. I think they're paying the price for some injuries. Latrell's still out. I think Manly 13 plus.
I tend to agree. I'll probably go 1-12. But yeah, I think Manly get the job done. Just lost to Cronulla. I think they'll put up a good performance.
Ola Kawatu will be back for them as well.
Yep, that too. On Thursday
night, yeah.
Souths. I don't know. I think they're just in a bit of a run of
rut.
losses at the minute.
Hopefully Walker actually gets sin bin this week though.
Yeah,
That's my hope. That's my hope.
Melbourne $1.62. Knights $2.30. At home again.
I don't know about this one. I think if Melbourne sort their attack out, I think Melbourne will win 1-12.
I'm probably going to go Storm 13 plus. Big statement game. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I think so. I think Newcastle will lucky to win on the weekend.
Yeah,
this might be a bit of a wake up call. This game.
This might be This
might be a Bellamy special. And then Canberra $2.20. Chookies $1.67.
How the fuck? This it reminds me of a few years ago where we were favourites, and I don't fucking know how.
And we lost?
And we lost, by 2 points.
Oh, I remember that.
That try right on the buzzer, and Kiri couldn't kick the conversion from the sideline, to be fair. That was the game we lost Brandon Smith and Sam Walker in. I am going the Roosters because, Roosters fan. But, I think this needs to be a 13-plus statement, and we need to hold Canberra to less than 18 points.
Yeah. Look,
so it needs to be like 30-12.
I'm worried.
I'm worried too.
I fear. I fucking fear.
You don't fear the crow, you fear the horn. Oh, sorry, the clap.
I fear the Vikings down in that pesky nation's capital of ours.
It's gonna be cold as well.
I hate to do it. I'm tipping Canberra.
Is that the first time you've ever tipped against the Roosters?
I think so.
Jeez.
I think we might have another back-to-back. Oh, this will be 3 losses in a row. I don't know. Like, I'd love for the Chooks to win, but something's telling me that we're going to fuck this game.
Is it the same thing that tells you Mitch Moses is going to kick a field goal every second week?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, well, in that case, we're good. The Roosters 13 plus.
Hence why I'm going Raiders, mate, because maybe if I do that.
Change the luck around?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It could be one of those games we just lose, and then those the whispers start growing about, can they win the comp? It gets louder and louder, and then we go on our run.
No, we go up to Brisbane the week after for the Dolphins, so maybe
it's all happening. And then our Cowboys still is 32, the Finns still at 61.
So basically, they're upset with Queensland teams losing all the time, so they decide to play each other.
So you go on the draw.
I actually think the Cowboys are going to fight back for this. I reckon the Cowboys will come back after last week and win 1-12.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Well, Dolphins had the bye last week.
And their defense has been shit, the Finns. So
I'm going to go the Finns.
You going the Finns?
Yeah, Finns 1-12 for me, mate.
I'm going Cowgirls 1-12. I mean Cowboys 1-12.
And then Broncos, $1.36. The Titans, $3.17.
Broncos 13 plus because they need to have a big win to make up for last week.
I agree. I feel sorry for your Titans fans, for the many of yous out there, but it's
many.
Yeah, the many tens.
Oh, okay.
I think Broncos. A part of me wants to tip the Titans, but I think they're going to put a big score on this week.
I think they're going to be close for about 50, 60 minutes, and then the Broncos will run away.
13 plus.
13 plus, yeah.
Then the Tigers, $4.30 against Penrith for $1.22. There's been a few good encounters with these clubs.
There has been, and I think the Tigers could upset them. I have a feeling Penrith will win. Cleary will be back. Yo will be back. But something is, like, I'm backing Penrith, but something is just saying to me, Wests could do this, could upset them. Remember that game out of Bathurst a few years ago? They just got
it done in the wet.
I don't know. I think they're I'd need to see the team list, see if West are back at full strength. West at full strength, I think, could win this game.
So you're going to back Tigers?
I'm going to wait and see the team list.
All right.
The team list will be my decision.
Yeah, I'll go Penrith just. They'll probably get a few calls their way and get
As
the
always.
win.
Benji got a few calls last week, so he's due to get dudded this
That's
week.
what the NRL, they got to even it up between games,
Yeah,
just to
fair.
keep everyone happy. And then Cronulla, $1.25, St. George, $4 at Shark Park, local derby.
If St. George is still winless, I would say St. George. However, they've won a game, so I think Cronulla will win.
Yeah, and Gutho, he said he was like itching for a schooner, in brackets, yes, schooners. They would have had a few schooners after that win.
I reckon he's going to be having a few schooners because he done his calf. I don't reckon he's playing this week.
Nah, I'm going to go Sharks 1-12. I reckon Saints will try and replicate what they did last week, but maybe that their luck has already run out.
I think so.
And to wrap it up, good Western Sydney derby this one. Doggies $1.64. Eels $2.27. Sunday, Arvo. King's
That's
birthday the next
Monday.
day. Oh, is it?
Monday footy this week.
Oh, it is too. Well, there you
It's
go.
Monday footy.
I just realised that because King's birthday.
Yeah.
Monday. You'd expect a decent crowd there, wouldn't you?
You would expect
If
it.
the weather holds out well.
I'm going Para.
Para?
Well, there was news today that Crichton is injured and out. That's a big blow for the Dogs. I don't know if the Dogs will be able to do it. They lost the Cod Cup last week against the Tigers. I think I think they're going to lose against Parramatta again.
You've convinced me. But there wasn't much reasoning for me to back the Dogs.
No.
Because I'm thinking, why would I?
Look, if they
Right?
win, it'd be an explosive experience.
It would be, yeah, very much so. But yeah.
Their fans might blow up. I had to.
I think the Swam. I'm gonna go the Swam, mate. Eels $2.27, and we'll go Eels by a Mitch. I'm kidding. No,
I was gonna say Mitch Moses ain't playing, so you're good to say it.
I think 13 plus.
Look, I think with the way the Dogs are playing at the moment, they are injured. I think Parramatta will get them.
All right, mate. Well, what a big round that was. 2 games of Origin, big weekend of footy, and then we roll into Canberra. Should be a good one. The nation's capital. Driving down
on Friday, yeah. Driving back after it as well, so we better fucking win.
Well, the drive back would be a bit.
It's only a bad drive if we lose.
Exactly.
If we win, it's fine.
Well, mate, time will tell. Guys, thank you very much for tuning into the RMTV podcast. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, turn on those notifications. From Jordy and I. It's good night.
Have a great night, guys.